early and show you a little bit how I'm still in a session by myself. Like I told you guys, my other video about making money legitimately. Make sure that you're in a session by yourself, and make sure you go to options, you go to game, or you go to online, you go to option, you go to press the start menu, and then you go to game, and then you go to options, or you go to online, and then you go to options, and then go to matchmaking, and then turn your matchmaking off. Just make sure you know you have to press start and go turn your matchmaking start through the start menu. It's not something you turn on and off like as you start missions. That's only for like when you're looking for people for missions, since it's so hard to look for people for missions and jobs as it is. So keep that in mind. So just remember, you go to start, and then you go to online, and then you go to options. It'll be way down. I think it'll be under criminal enterprise starter pack or something. You'll see it, and then there'll be a ton of other things you can change. And then you'll go down to matchmaking, and you can change it from like open to closed or on and off or something. This jetpack is fully upgraded. You can get mini guns for it. You can pretty much get every any camo to match the military vehicles. And as you've seen in the very beginning of the video, when I blasted off, it's got JATO thrust. It's that yellow thing at the bottom of the map. You know, it's hard to see with all those icons sometimes. But as soon as that goes up, then it's a rocket right there. Shoot you way up in the air. I've had a couple of people come up and go like this at me, and then I would just be in my jetpack, and I would just press L3, and you would hit the JATO thrust, and it would shoot you way up in the air, and you could get away from them. It was funny. Like I said, I got every plane in the game. That I've owned some of the ones that I don't have. But I've had to get rid of them because there's no room. There's not enough room for all the planes, basically. This one I don't think is really a must-have, but it's one of the cooler ones, the Pyro. I mean, these are personal planes. I don't see why they're not popping up. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or something. I mean, you can see the inside of it right there. It's got rockets on it. Oh, cool. Two-player plane. This one's kind of not, I wouldn't say is a must-have either, but it's pretty cool. Got the mini guns in the front, and it's got like 2 different kinds of rockets, which is nice. I think this is probably like the new Hydra. This one I really like because of how old it is, but I hate flying this one on the original San Andreas because it's like really shaky, like a crop plane. This one actually is pretty smooth when you fly it. It's got a cool livery that I picked for it. I got another video just like this, so you know, guys. So if you've seen this before, but I didn't think it was very good quality, so I just thought I'd make another one. This plane is better than the Hydra, in my opinion, because someone in a Hydra came after me, and I used my flares when he shot his rocket, so he didn't get me, and then I turned around, And I was amazed how fast I turned around and got him. And I actually blew him up and killed him. And I wasn't even going to mess with him in the first place, so it was kind of funny. But it was ridiculous on how fast this plane turns. My other video, I think I said it turns on a dime. It's pretty hard to kill the person in that plane. I'm not really digging the 2-player. I get the idea of it, like, but it's kind of hard to communicate with 2 people. Because one person's got to constantly be, I guess you got to tell each other beforehand. That's the whole point of it. But if you have 2 people in this, it's like one person deploys the flares or drops the bombs, and then one person flies. When you're like flying and dropping the flares, you're kind of more cautious to look in your rear view. So it's kind of like a joint effort. You have to be pretty good with communication with the person who's doing the flares, because the person who is doing the flares like presses them too early, you're both dead. So a lot of people get retarded about kill death about that, and kill death is a joke in this game. Don't even worry about kill death. Anyone who's worried about that should go back to playing Call of Duty. And the only reason they play this is probably because they can go into passive mode. And they can't go into passive mode on Call of Duty. Which is another reason Rockstar really should have kind of messed up on this title. Really should have made it so we couldn't not interact with each other. But this plane right here is the Akula, and it goes off the radar, so it's probably one of the better games in the game. One of the better planes in the game, helicopters anyways, because you can really scare people with this. And they won't know how you got off the radar. This, you think it's worth it because it takes like 3 rockets, but it's really not that great. All the liveries basically look the same, but besides that, like, people can blow this up way easier than you think. And even though you can barrage it or berate it, yeah, whatever it is, you can multi-shoot rockets out of it, and still, I feel like I could have withstand like more rockets, or they made it like too easy for people to blow each other up. Usually I don't have this big one out like this, but this is the Titan. I must have been showing, the last time I've been in here was probably when I made that other video, because I don't play that much anymore. It gets kind of boring after a while. So I'm going to show you the Sea Sparrow, which is, if I was going to trade one in, I'd probably trade it in for this. I've had the glider and the other stuff, you know what I mean, and they're alright. The glider you can get like a alright decal for, but it's just not that great. This is Alpha Z1, it would be the glider. This is just, it's alright, but it's not that great. I had that ultralight, I think, and it was alright, but it wasn't that great either, and I don't know. This is more for players trying to sneak up on each other too. And then I had this, and you have to like be careful when you're taking off not to turn immediately, because this thing falls over real easy, this Havoc. It's not really worth buying. I'd probably say none of this stuff. This is like alright if you like to fly around, but it's got no missiles on it. So I don't know really why you would even want that. I don't know why you would want any of this other stuff. Don't ever get the $10 million gold jet. I think I went over that. The Titan's cool and useful. I own this and you've seen it just now. But you could put like 6 people in it. And then you could put a car in the back of the Titan. So you could put the car from Knight Rider that you get in this game with the parachute. You can get that and put it in the back of the Titan, and then your friend can take off. And it doesn't like to be in the back though. It kind of like starts busting out of the back of the door and like exploding. But yeah, you can do that. I guess in PS3 you used to be able to put like 16 people in the Titan, but I guess you can't now or something. But you could put like 6 people in there. I thought about having like little military wars with people since I have all the stuff. But people get all butthurt about killing each other in this game, so I can't really find anyone to do that with. But anyways, you could put this in the water and then use the little jet thing in the back to like blow yourself out of the water. As long as you don't put it in the water too much, because I tried to make a video of it and I did that and it sank. But if you were just to like dip yourself in the water with that if you were just to dip yourself in the water with the Sea Sparrow and then like immediately like point up towards the surface and try to hit the L3 and hit the jet, you would like blow out of the water. But it's more of like a glider. Definitely wouldn't say it's a must-have. This isn't that great either. It's like they were trying to get a new generation of people to play or something. It's like, oh, let's add like a 60s warplane. Which I get it, you know. Like some of the stuff they added is pretty cool, but I'm not going to spend a freaking shark card to buy this crappy plane. All there is a 50 cal on top. Really not that great. Easy to shoot down. And then this has JATO thrust, which comes in real handy, especially when you're trying to take off away from people. Definitely not a must-have. That's like the Mongol. I got everything on legendary.com and I have everything on warstock.com. Okay, I got the Inhibulator. That's from GTA 4. I'm sure no one wants to see that. The Viatol. One second, guys. I don't know what you want to see. I want to see them one at a time. I get it. This is the How High library on Tula. I always imagine buying this legitimately. It's a total waste of money. This can go in the water, but the really dumb thing is if it can go, it turns into a helicopter. But if you try to put it in the water as a helicopter, you'll like destroy the engines. So make sure you don't do that. It's kind of dumb. I thought I'd use it for missions and stuff. I mean, it's kind of nice. You can like turn it into a helicopter in case you're gonna crash. And then at the same time, you could park it like right in front of the ammunition. You could get it pretty much anywhere because it's a helicopter. The 50 cal sucks in the back. Even upgraded, you're basically all you can see is a turret when you're back there. Not good, guys. It's like 30 million too, and yeah, that is a JATO thrust for that too. Does make it a little bit better, but still not that great. This is basically like the new Hydra, except it doesn't hover. It's fully upgraded. It's like lock-on rockets. The only thing really a bit different about it, besides it doesn't hover, and this one's got flares, so it's a little bit better than the Hydra, in my opinion. I usually have them set up like that. One time I brought somebody in here and I told him I have everything on the game, and like no one would believe me. And then I brought him in here and he's like, He said after he seen this that he believed me. Because I didn't show him anything else. And like I told you I had everything on the game. Trust me, I got everything on the game. Probably not legit, but you get the Valkyrie. I guess I can show you guys that if you want. Some of these aren't that great. I haven't got out in a while. I haven't gotten this Hydra out in like probably 5 like real years too. It's pretty fucked. Like you don't want to fit there. It's no good. So the Hydra's way bigger than this plane that I claim is better than the Hydra. Which we'll go and look at real quick. V11, we looked at that, I have that. The Viator, I have that, I'll show that to you. The Akula, I don't have this, but it's outside the military base, and you don't need it. And it's ridiculously overpriced. So don't ever buy the P99-6 Lazar. The FH-1 Hunter, I have that. The P45 Novak, I have that. The Pyro, I have that. The Mongol, I have that. The RM-10 Boomshuka, I have that. I haven't showed you that. The LF-22 Starling, I have that. Showed you that. Rogue. The V65 Malto, that's the one I keep saying. That's the one right here, guys. And that Rogue is over there. The Yakula, I showed you all those. The Valkyrie. It's not that great. You got all of these things for your friends, but it's easy for them to blow up, and the jet's not that great. It's really slow, and honestly, it feels like they downloaded
LJT.
it like, straight
I
from
just had
San
your
Andreas,
meth cook
like
on the other
freaking
line telling me that the
slow and
lab
bulky
is
and
out
just
of
sucks.
supplies.
That's LJT. I'll always call you, tell you retarded stuff, complain about how your supplies are too low. Really annoying. This is the cargo bomb. Way better than the one with the magnet that I was just using in San Andreas and a couple other videos. Because it's got a permanent hook on it. Alright. So, like I said, I do have the Boomshuka. It's got the Russian vodka livery on it. It's got the Jado thrust. It's really not that great inside. There's like 3 compartments. This has got the Princess Bubblegum livery. This one's worth getting into, so I can show you the top. The player just gives up halfway through, apparently. It's about the same thing. There's like 3 places for other people. The same one you use on one of the heist missions for the final Doomsday scenario. As you can see, though. Show you the inside. Nothing that great. There's probably like a picture of some Russian girl or something over there by those computers, but you could either see it in the mission or get 3 friends in it to see it. It's basically whoop-de-doo. It's nothing fucking special at all, guys. Pretty much sucks if you ask me. All this stuff is overpriced and you don't end up using it at all. Alright, so these are like old school. I feel like an old dinosaur is just showing you these fucking things. This is the Hydra. It's painted bronze. I didn't use that in so long. I don't even know how it works. I tried to use it in San Andreas, the older version, and it couldn't figure out how to fly it. Couldn't figure out how to fly it when I was fucking 13 either. Okay, this is the Savage. Painted it a little bit. Dinosaur. I think this might have came out with the game. That might be it, though, guys. That's all the planes I got. You could get more through Pegasus if you want to, but they're all dumb. Like, you don't want some of those. I think I might have one. I can't remember how to. It's right. If you press right on the D-pad, it changes it from hover mode. I'm gonna go ahead and try that on the original San Andreas. So I'm about to play it again. I'm gonna start streaming live GTA 5 and GTA Online, kind of like two different things, and they would have been greater if they were kind of together. We'll go over that more in the next video. Now I was going to try to show you that once Rockstar took it away from me because they called them a bunch of assholes in my streaming videos. I mean, that might be possible. Playing on a projector, so it's like really blurry sometimes. There's one corner of the blur. The funny thing is I got GTA 4, but I can't stream myself playing GTA 4. So if I could show you guys a little bit, I can show you about what I'm talking about a little bit better with GTA 4. What Rockstar should have done. Because that game wasn't too bad. Especially when they added the DLC to it. I mean, don't get me wrong, you couldn't like customize any of your weapons. Like, this one is just basically a more upgradable version of that, and they spent less time in the city and stuff. I don't know. You can say what you want about Rockstar, and I know they get sued and stuff, but I could sit here and point out that maybe they shouldn't be trying to make side characters and side quests and side story people like characters that are famous and celebrities like Lindsay Lohan. Maybe they wouldn't be getting sued by them. And they could have spent like a little bit more time, I don't know, like making this game better. So I'm not walking around with 0 bullets on all my weapons when they were completely full before. Something you think would have been fixed a long time ago in a game that's been out since 2013. And let me point out that, you know, games in 2004, once they were built, there's nothing there. Couldn't go back and fix those games. These games, every time they add a patch to these games, they can fix the game. So they can release the games with tons of bugs and then just fix them later on. So they're putting less effort into these video games more and more each year, and Rockstar's got plenty of money to fix these games, plenty of money to have started GTA 6 years ago. So if anyone wants to try to argue with me or have a reasonable explanation or think that, you know, they can defend Rockstar better than me, then I'd like to hear it. This is the last helicopter I have. The Bravado Custom, I think it's called. I don't like how my yacht. My name is up there like that.